going to read The Legend of Spookly the Square Pumpkin again, and this time we're going to be pausing every couple of pages to talk about what we've read. Okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, so let's see what happens at the beginning of the story. One day in the pumpkin patch, the strangest little pumpkin hatched. Spookly wasn't like his friends, where they had curves, he had ends. Spookly was different. He was odd, he was rare. Spookly the pumpkin wasn't round, he was square. Can you point to Spookly the pumpkin? How did you know that that was Spookly?
Because he's a square and that you said square.
Oh, because it says that Spookly wasn't round, he was square. And what do you notice about Spookly's face?
Because he's sad.
Oh, his face shows you that he's sad?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Why would Spookly be so sad?
Because he's not round like the other pumpkins and he's square.
Okay, he's not like the rest of the pumpkins because he's square and they are round. While the round pumpkins had fun rolling along, poor Spookly sat there, shaped all wrong. He tried and tried with all his might, but he couldn't budge. He just sat tight. The other pumpkins teased him because he was square. Spookly wished he was round and could roll everywhere. Why did the other pumpkins tease him?
Because because they laugh at him, because he's not like the other pumpkins.
Because he's not like them, they teased him. How do you think that would make Spookly feel?
Sad.
That would make him feel sad, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That is, until one night when they all discovered it's fine to be round when the weather is fair, but there are times it's better to be a square. So what do you think it means when it says when the weather is fair? What do you think that means?
Because
What do you notice about the weather outside right now?
It's
Is it sunny? Is it cloudy? Is it stormy?
sunny.
It's sunny, okay. It looks like a nice day outside. That's like what it means when it says the weather is fair. It's a good day. It's a good day to play. So it's fine to be round when the weather is fair, when it's sunny and nice, but there are times it's better to be a square.
Okay.
So we'll find out what kind of weather it might be better to be a square. Let's see what happens next. Halloween was just a day away when a mighty storm blew across the bay. It tossed the round pumpkins to and fro. It snapped their vines, then off they'd go. Bouncing left, slamming right, banging, bashing, what a sight! Spookly sat there filled with fright, but glad to be a square that night. Why was Spookly glad to be a square that night?
Because he can't roll away like the other pumpkins because he's not the same.
Oh, that's right. He's not the same. He's square, and he couldn't roll around like the other pumpkins. That's right. And I noticed something about the other pumpkins' faces.
They're scared of the storm.
They're scared of the storm. Okay. Because what's happening in the story? What's happening to the pumpkins?
They're rolling all around.
They're rolling all around. They're snapping off the vines. Okay, let's see what happens next. Suddenly, the fence gave way. 3 pumpkins rolled out and into the bay. What is a bay? You know what a bay is? Can you describe it?
The sea connects it.
Okay, so a bay is a body of water that connects to the ocean. All right. How would you feel if you were a pumpkin that rolled out into the bay like that?
Sad.
Yeah. Sad? how else would you feel? Besides feeling sad, I would feel scared.
Me too.
I'd be scared because I wouldn't know where I was or how to get back home. Spookly knew what must be done. It was up to him. He was the one. He teetered, he tottered, he tipped, he tried, and finally flipped. He was on his side. Again he tipped, again he flopped, again he flipped, and then he stopped right in the gap where the fence had snapped. He blocked the way. The hole was capped. All the pumpkins shouted, "Hooray!" Spookly the square pumpkin had saved the day. Then a pumpkin hit him with a whack. He thought his shell would start to crack. Then another one hit him with a thump, and another one with a smack. So, how did Spookly the pumpkin save the day? Can you tell me what happened?
When that storm came, and
Something on your nose.
ow,
Sorry. When the storm came, what?
he saved the day because he blocked the storm.
He blocked the storm. Where is he right now?
Right there.
Yeah, but what happened to the fence?
The fence is pulled together because he pulled it together.
He doesn't have arms. Let's reread what happened. He stopped. Remember, he was rolling? Well, he flipped and flopped. And then he stopped right in the gap where the fence had snapped. He blocked the way. The hole was capped. So how did Spookly the pumpkin save the day?
He blocked the way the hole was capped.
Yes, he blocked the way so that the other pumpkins could not get out. So he was stopping the hole. All right, let's see what happens next. Then one by one, a ton of pumpkins piled on the stack with a bang and a bash and a crunch and a crash, and then it all went black. At dawn, when the storm had stopped, the farmer came out and checked his crop. He picked his pumpkins up one by one and laid them out in the warm, dry sun. When did the farmer come and check on his crops? What time of day was that?
It was this day when he picked it up.
It says that the farmer came out at dawn.
The farmer came at dawn.
What does that mean, dawn?
I don't know.
It means when the sun comes up. That's when it's dawn. When it's early in the morning and the sun starts to rise, like when we get ready for school in the morning.
Okay.
So in the morning he comes and he checks on his pumpkins, and then he lays them out in the warm, dry sun. And when the last was moved away, the farmer could see what had saved the day. An odd-shaped pumpkin, short and dense, was wedged against the broken fence. You see Spookly's face? How would you describe his face here?
He's happy.
Why do you think he's happy?
Because he saved the other pumpkin.
He did. That's right. He has a look of satisfaction on his face. But here we go. Its shell was bruised, its stem was too, but there was brave little Spookly, sitting straight and strong and true. Right then and there, the farmer knew of all the seeds he'd ever sown, Spookly's were the most special that had ever grown. So Spookly, according to the farmer, was special.
Because he was not like the other pumpkins, he was new.
He's different. Yeah, he's different than all the other pumpkins. I guess you could say that he's new in that way. But it says here, of all the seeds he'd ever sown. Do you know what that means, to sow a seed? It means to grow something. You remember when at Girl Scouts when you grew the seeds in the pot? So those seeds will sprout into flowers that you grew. So the farmer can plant pumpkin seeds that will grow into pumpkins. And so the farmer says that of all the seeds he'd ever sown, Spooklies were the most special. Let's see what happens
They made a special seed.
And the next year, when it was time to sow, which means to plant the seeds, he sowed those seeds from Spookly, in every row. He watered and weeded and watched them grow. And that morning, about mid-June, when the pumpkin patch began to bloom, there were tiny pumpkins everywhere, hundreds and hundreds, most of them square. Yeah.
And they're colored.
They are different colors. But
Here's a spider.
I see that. But some were cubes and some rectangular. Some were flat and others triangular. There was a bed of bright red ones and 2 rows of blue. There were polka dot pumpkins and rainbow ones too.
And square. Actually, I mean circle.
They're still circles, that's right. There were thousands of colors and hundreds of shapes. Oh, what a garden variety makes. Do you notice something about the pumpkins' faces? How would you describe them?
They're happy
And why do you think they're happy?
because they're brand new.
They're new, they're different. And it seems, do you think that they are happy to be different?
Yeah.
Now, every year on Halloween, Spookly's Patch is quite a scene. People come from far and near to see what wonders grew that year. They stop, they gawk, they gaze, they stare. Then they pick a pumpkin that's round, triangular, or perfectly square.
And triangle.
Now you know the story of how Spookly grew. Maybe someday, if you tell someone too, they'll go tell someone who'll go tell another. And maybe one day, we all will discover you can't judge a book or a pumpkin by its cover. Let's think about that, what the author just said at the very end. You can't judge a book or a pumpkin by its cover. What do you think that means?
I don't know.
You can't judge a book by its cover.
You can't judge a book by its cover.
Is this the first time you've heard that before? Okay, so the saying, you can't judge a book by its cover, means that just because Spookly was square, that doesn't mean that he's any less special than all of the other pumpkins. So just like a book could look boring on the outside, that doesn't mean that it doesn't have a really interesting and exciting story on the inside. Right?
Yeah, and there's that spider again.
So what did you learn about being different?
I learned that it's okay to be different and if you have different colors.
Okay. It's okay to be different. Why?
Because it's awesome.
Yeah, because everyone is special in their own way, just like Spookly the pumpkin, right?
It's just like you have different color skin.
Exactly. No matter what color skin you have, no matter your hair color, your eye color, everyone is special for being different. Yeah? Okay.
Yay, we get to move on to the next section.